Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever it is you are in the world, and welcome to another edition of Rage Across New York as part of Living World of Darkness. We find ourselves after the grand melee at Blitzkrieg's dojo, where some people were embarrassed, some people were triumphant, and still some people were cold-cocked. We find one of the people that was in the middle of that spectrum with someone who else is on the was someone who was on the lower end of that spectrum. As Callie walks beside a perhaps still slightly dazed but otherwise okay glasswalker, and the blushing bride-to-be simply observes him as he's walking to see if he's still stable on his feet.
Zeke is still rubbing his face where Travis punched him. He's taking some hits off of a silver flask. He's got his backpack over his shoulder. Never was much of a puncher. I can shoot the lights out of something, but I guess I got to get better at that.
Well, if you look at it this way, I mean, you have something to switch to if someone gets in too close and you can't use your firearm effectively.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I guess I've also got to quit learning how to fight people from watching WWE.
Might be a good start. you know it's fake, right?
What's fake?
Wrestling.
Now, see, don't be going there. Don't be going there. All right, those men are athletes. You ever looked to see how long them men stay in the gym? Now, all the BS about the I hate you and blah, 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 and you slept with my mama and all this other stuff. Yeah, that's all BS. But those guys actually do that stuff. Now, the big, actually getting hurt by it, yes. All right, but them flying through the air and landing, you have to be twice the athlete as someone who actually really did that shit to be able to fake it. At least that's my opinion.
Kelly just holds up both hands. Okay, all right. Not going to contest it. I get it. Can't fake gravity. It's all right. Just wanted to make sure that you knew it was all staged, is all, because I've met people who thought it wasn't.
Oh, no. I mean, you go, I'll let you borrow my Netflix account, and you can watch, there's a couple of really good documentaries about it where you can watch it and see the stuff that them fellers go through to do what they do. And I appreciate it, I mean, that's why I'm a fan. I appreciate all the work they do to make it fun for folk to watch, So, yeah, I mean, if you want to see the real stuff, you watch that MMA stuff, and that stuff's good too. That's where I learned that move that I was using on Travis, that armbar thingy. But
didn't work out. So.
Well, it did till I mean, I was just trying to see how much I could get through, to be honest with you, without changing forms, because I really don't know. I haven't been in a fight yet. And like my pappy always says, you never know how you're going to react to somebody that comes up and punches you in the nose.
That's not a bad way to look at it. It says that they finally round the corner of the wall and walk into the pathway as far as the sept is concerned, as they're sort of in the park now. So, not exactly the most skilled individual I've seen as far as, fisticuffs are concerned.
No, like I said, I ain't never been. I mean, I've been punched in the face before. I've been in fights before, but I didn't learn any styles or anything. I mean, it's all been, fucking around with my brothers in the backyard, or, chucking people around in the lake or something. I mean, I hadn't been through any, I guess, what folks would call official training or nothing.
Well, we all learn different things in different ways. Might want to start thinking about maybe getting into a established martial art. It's actually quite a bit of fun.
Yeah, I mean, I might go talk to old Blitzkrieg Rye over yonder and see what he has to say. I mean, he is in an A room, so he ought to know how to whoop it up, I guess. You know, I never asked what moon are you? Well, it never came up. I don't think,
Sparks.
unless I forgot.
Full moon.
Oh, so you're in A room too, then?
Arun, yes.
Oh, sorry.
There's an H in there, buddy.
My Bama accent.
Yeah,
Forget my Bama accent. It wasn't.
There's
no
an H in there.
Okay, so our room, right?
There you go. Now you're cooking with grease.
All right, as they say. All right. Well, so what style do you follow? Do you prefer using weapons, or I mean, I saw you were moving around pretty good in there.
I'm something of a brawler, though where I stand out and shine is with a bow and a quiver.
Oh yeah, Emmett was telling me about that shit the other day about how he wants to go all Lord of the Rings and shit when you riding on his back in wolf form or something.
Oh god.
As he stops, he actually bends over laughing.
He's not giving that up.
Oh, come on.
I am not riding another Hispo into battle. Kinfolk wants to do that. That's between the Kinfolk and Emmett. I have more self-respect.
Well, I mean, I don't think he meant any disrespect to you, man. I don't think he did. I just think he thought that was an interesting idea. You know, being the, I guess you'd say, being the feller that he is, you know, that it automatically came to him when he saw you and your bow and how much you enjoy that thing, you know.
Yeah, well, it's one of the few things that I excel at.
Yeah, I understand that. I mean, so maybe he feels like he could excel at being
a war mount. Yeah, no.
Yeah, yeah. I guess that's what you call it. I mean, I could build him some armor. You know, we'll make him look right tough and mean.
She just looks at Zeke. Stop it.
All right.
Don't encourage him. I'm sorry. I'm pretty progressive myself, but I know there are people that would literally claw him in the face for just suggesting it.
That's what I heard.
There could be some mean people in this nation and this set.
I know. Look, we just had the whole thing with the big fella, Ben. Looks kind of sad about that. But
yeah, that was pretty high on the scale of terrible.
Yeah. You know, I mean, it just proves, you know, that, you know, Gaia, you know, from what I've learned so far in my few years, a few months actually, is, you know, she gives us these things, and, you know, if we don't use them correctly, then they can be more of a bane than a good thing.
This is true. This is all too true. That's the first time I've ever seen someone actually go into thrall. But
yeah, what was that? I still don't rightly understand.
When our rage sort of boils over into the high extremes it can, if we lose ourselves in that, we can actually get ourselves closer to the worm than we are with Gaia. In which case, thrall happens, and when thrall happens, it's not good. It's actually...
Now, what is?
Essentially what you've become is you've been touched by the worm, so to speak. It gets into your head, and then depending on what you were born under, you do heinous things. Like Hamid-born tend to cannibalize whatever in front of them. I've heard that the lupus destroy things, and well, the menace. Let's not talk about what the menace do.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
It's all pretty horrible in its own way.
I can imagine.
So Zeke
will start angling towards his workshop.
So Zeke, let me ask you something. You have probably already been approached by several packs, right?
Yeah. I've had several folk come up to me and talk to me about that stuff. Yeah, I mean, like I say, I hadn't really given a whole lot of thought to it. Most of my thinking was to getting through that whole rite of passage thing.
Well, now you're
that was a
officially
hell of a thing.
Yeah, I heard. They ain't no live wire, but I've heard about some of his deeds. Sounded like a pretty cool dude.
Yeah, well, he was the one who found me in that subway station surrounded by dead bodies. So he was a good fella. He was somebody that meant a lot to me.
You know, you should never forget the people that were quote-unquote mentors to you.
I don't plan to.
And you should always appreciate them. Not to imply that you don't.
He reaches to his back pocket and pulls out a thing of chewing tobacco, open it up, and offer it to Callie.
Callie just looks at him like, I'll pass.
I don't want to say that I didn't offer a lady something. All right. Later on, you say, "Why didn't you give me something?" You know, my sister uses it. She loves it. He'll put a big old thing in his mouth.
All right. Well, you know, your sister, she can enjoy it. I think it's kind of nasty, but to each their own.
Well, were you about to be a married woman? I mean, my grandmama used to say that, you know, you do it once or twice a week, you guaranteed your boys. I'm just saying.
I'd like to be able to hang on to my children, actually. I'm hoping for girls.
Oh. No, what do you mean by that? Are you saying that boys are more likely to run, or?
If they're Guru, they can't be Black Furies. They have to go to a different tribe. Black Furies, our totem Pegasus doesn't accept anybody, but only males she accepts are male metis. She will not accept Garu males into the tribe. Didn't anyone tell you that we're all female, Garu?
To be honest with you, though, ma'am, I didn't ask. You know, I mean, I've been trying to basically get my head around what a guru is and what a glasswalker is, because that's what I am. You know. I mean,
so no one told you about.
Now, don't get me wrong. The what? I'm sorry.
Nobody told you about the different tribes.
No, they taught. I mean, I know a little bit, but I mean, not. You know, nobody went heavy into it, and they didn't really talk a whole lot. I mean, he kind of sits back. He's like, and it's funny. I mean, Night Eyes is one of your tribe, right? Well, yeah, the night that we kind of sat around and drank and talked about tribes, she passed out pretty quick, so that's probably why it didn't come up.
What tribes do you know about?
Well, I know about the Glasswalkers, and now a little bit about your folk. They told me about the get, and they told me about the I get the Indian ones mixed up. The one that Ben was in, is it the Wendigo?
A Wendigo, yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, they told me a little bit about them and the reason why they was feuding. Let's see. They told me about them folk up there in Russia where they the
The
silver
Silver
fangs. Mm-hmm. They told me about the black spirals. They don't seem like rightly nice folk.
No, they're not.
They told me about they told me about the shadow folk, shadow lords.
Shadow Lord, yeah, okay.
Yeah. Told me about them. I can't recall anything else that they told me about. If there are there more?
There are a couple more. They're the Fianna. Travis is one of those. Generally from the UK, Ireland, Scotland, some of the lower parts of Europe too, I guess. Close ties to the Fae. They seem to value family bonds and friendship over more traditional, or at least more so than other tribes as a whole, at least. Also, probably some of the best Galliards come out of the Fianna. They love their tales and their songs. The Bonars, I think you've met Antonio. Bonars, they are children of Rat, so to speak. They inhabit cities and the hills. There's probably actually more than a few Bonars stepped out from where you come from. Who else? They're kind of like the werewolf hobos and the beating the scapegoats of the nation. She chuckles. The spirits actually get angry at us when we talk down about other tribes except for the Bonars.
Bonars. Oh, that one seems to ring a bell. That's what what's his name?
Antonio?
Yeah, him. That's what Antonio is, right?
Yes.
All right.
Let's see. We have Alan's a child of Gaia.
Yep, that's right. He told me about them. Yep. Yep, he was. He said they're basically, yeah, tree hugging folk. I understand.
There are more to them than that, but that's kind of the basis for him. Beyond that, there are the Silent Striders. That's what Honors the Lost is, and Xavier. They're interesting. They tend to be the messengers of the Garu Nation. They go from sept to sept usually. It's very unusual for them to stay in one place as long as they do. Honors seems to have placed down some roots here, but I don't imagine him sticking around for more than another year before he gets up and goes on his way. Who else? The Uktena. Katori's an Uktena. Another pure people tribe, native tribe. They are mystics and shamans, a lot of them. Even their Aruns and Galliards and Ragabashes. It's almost like an entire tribe of Theurges. And beyond that, the Stargazers. That set of tree houses you live in, that belongs to them.
Oh, okay.
Our eastern cousins, well, some of our eastern cousins.
Yeah, none of them's come to complain about my forge yet, which I'm happy for. I didn't really know who to ask for permission for that, so I kind of decided to ask for forgiveness instead if somebody got pissed off about it.
It takes quite a bit to get a stargazer pissed off.
I kind of figured that.
Philosophers, a lot of them. Some of them are really good martial artists. I've been hearing that they have their own form of fighting, hand-to-hand combat.
Really? Huh.
Just a rumor. Wouldn't surprise me if they, if they come from, places like China and Japan. They're big on their disciplines and whatnot.
Huh. Huh. I hadn't met any of them yet. They're all kind of wandering around there. They kind of keep to themselves from what I've been seeing. So I'm not entirely sure what's up with them, but
well, if you ever want to have a long-winded conversation, they're the ones to go to from everything I've heard. Only ever conversed with a few.
That might be interesting just to talk to them.
Yeah, they have some interesting views. They're not quite all doom and gloom and not all fight, 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 rah, 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 so to speak.
Yeah. All right.
They like
at
to.
This time, we'll walk into Zeke's workshop at this point, and they'll walk over to a first aid kit, pull out a ice pack, crack it, put it on the back of his neck.
Got to teach you, or you've got to learn mother's touch. Well, no, you couldn't even do it to yourself then. We'll have to have somebody else teach you mother's touch, or have someone use it on you at least.
Is that that's that thing Travis was looking for a couple weeks ago?
It's a healing art. One of my pack mates, May, has it. It's very important, very useful.
Gotcha. Go over and see him kind of look at this wall of mason jars. He'll pick one and go over and kind of look at you. Want some?
Sure, why not?
Don't make me force you. I mean, I don't take no offense from it.
No, I'm not working today, so it's all good. She'll take the mason jar, crack the top on it, take a whiff, and just roll her eyes. And she
believe
looks
that one's. You look at the bottom of it, and you see a cherry sitting in the bottom of it. He's like, that one's cherry.
Question: if I were to pour this on the floor, would it eat a hole in it?
No.
Oh, I was going to
No,
say
it's
we
not
might
caustic. I mean,
that was a
if
joke.
If it's caustic, well, I'm not. You know what? Well, I guess the reason I didn't understand was because I've heard that joke so many times. He'll kind of wink at you.
And she takes a swig from it and does all right for herself. Like, she barely kind of grimaces. She just takes a long drink and, ooh, that's got a kick to it.
Zeke will grin and raise his mason glass to your upcoming nuptials, young lady.
She'll raise her glass.
I'll take you some sip.
So, Zeke.
That's pretty good. Woo! Yeah. You kind of shift the ice pack on his neck a little bit more.
Word around the sept is you're still packless, even after becoming a Cleith.
Yeah, I am. He's sitting back with his eyes closed in his long chair.
What are you, do you have an aversion to being in one, or are you just still undecided?
Well, I'll be honest with you, Miss Callie. The two that have been mostly talking to me is you and Alan and his folk. And I got people I consider family in both of them. You know, I mean, I'm getting closer to you, and I went through my rite of passage with Emmett. You said Emmett was thinking about joining you. So
Yeah, we made that officially, and
oh, well, good. I mean, that effectively makes me really want to think about it. You know, I mean, that helps a lot. But I mean, Alan was the first guru I met after Livewire. Livewire entrusted me to Alan, so I mean that kind of ties me to Alan. And then, I mean, you can look at it however you want. Him and Night Eyes being the den parents, but I mean that kind of made them family to me just right off the bat. So, I mean,
I think either pack would be a good fit for you, but what are you looking for out of a pack?
Well, to be honest with you again, I mean, I say that a lot. I guess it's expected out of me now for my moon and all that, but I don't rightly know. I mean, from what I've been told, it's kind of people that you feel close to, that you feel family with, people that you feel like you'd die for. And I mean, like I say, I mean, I've almost died with Emmett already, and I mean, I feel like I'd be that way with both groups. So I mean, it's a tough decision for me, to be honest with you. It's just,
I'm glad that you said you didn't know what you were looking for. At least I know you're honest and not trying to put on airs.
No, I can definitely say that's one thing nobody's ever said about me, was that I put on airs.
That's good.
And I don't mean to. I'm not trying to drag this on or anything. I mean, I just don't want to join somebody and and then them feel like I'm not 100% there. You know what I mean?
We all go where we think is best, in all honesty. And if you didn't choose us, or you didn't choose any pack for that matter, you chose someone else. You chose that decision for a reason, obviously. And that's okay. I'd like to make the sales pitch to you, I really would, but in the end, it all comes down to your choice, what you want to do, and where you'd feel most at home. And honestly, you've got two tribes, or two packs, that are going to be like family, with Night Eyes in one, and me in one, and Emmett, who you're already close to. I mean, it really kind of comes down to you, what you feel is best.
Yeah. Now, when I learned about packs, amusingly enough, from Alan, he said that most of them have a goal or a purpose, and that most of them also have like a totem that guides them. So I know I've talked to Alan. I know all about theirs with Merlin and all that, but I don't know what, I guess you'd say, what the focus of your folks are.
Well, I can say for our part, we're kind of undecided, though. We're trying to knit together like a family. It's important to me. I know it's important to May, and Heinrich seems fairly family-oriented, even though he seems like a big, dumb goof.
I admit I've never met him. I hadn't met May neither. But the fact that you think highly of him means a lot.
Well, she kind of rolls her eyes. Well, Heinrich has his moments. May's pretty awesome, though. She's kind and sweet and a change up from the rest of us. She's not particularly keen on battle. It's not her thing. She doesn't like it. It takes her a lot to get going, even though she has knocked me clean out before.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that shit ain't for everybody, you know? I mean, like I say, I mean, I'm still learning myself.
Well, all I can say is you're always welcome.
Well, I appreciate that. Like I say, I feel like I need to make a choice, almost like I'm letting down myself and both of you and the nation and everything else by not picking anybody yet. But
Kelly reaches into her pocket and she flicks something over it to Zeke. And it's a Sacagawea, a golden dollar coin.
hey, he catches it. Woo. All right, catch it.
There's reasons you want to be in both.
This?
You said there's reasons you want to be in both, right?
Yeah.
Flip a coin. You're a winner either way. I think there was a country singer that sang that once. Something about being lucky.
Mm.
Mary Chapin Carpenter, I think her name was.
Mm. Yeah, it's thought. I don't know if I'm quite ready to do that yet. Yet you see him take it and stuff it in a pocket of his
I didn't say you keep that.
Oh, I'm sorry. You take it out. Like, I don't. Well, like I said, I don't know that I'm ready to flip a coin quite yet.
Just make sure you decide before the before the storm eater comes. That's really important.
Is it coming, or are we supposed to go get it? I'm still kind of fuzzy on that whole thing. I mean, I've seen it with you, but I'm not sure. I mean, are we supposed to go get it? Is it going to come for us? How is that all going to work?
Yes, I should rephrase that.
Are we going to have a meeting? Are we going to have? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Until the day comes that we have to fight it, which is sooner, much sooner than later, I'm sure.
Hmm. Are we gonna have some big meeting with like everybody to talk about what the hell we're gonna do, or
I'm sure that a war moot will happen
just
before we actually make our move.
We just gonna. All right. I'd hate to think that all this.
There's been a lot of
was going to just go and say get her Ray,
Well, to be fair, the Sept has been gaining allies and doing prep before all this. Before I got here, before you got here. So, I have thought about it. If there's enough people in our pack, we might try to coax out a certain spirit that I've been learning about, a certain totem.
Who's that? I mean, that's for your pack, bro. If I get in there, then we'll talk about it. You kind of see him looking at the coin, he kind of flipping it in his hand.
Kelly just looks at it and then to him, just seeing what he's going to do, if anything.
Kind of sits there and looks at the coin and he sits it on his forge, probably just from knowing him, that's probably one of his most prized possessions. He sits it on his forge and I'll give you an answer by tomorrow evening.
Kelly just smirks. You can hang on to the coin until then. I'll consider it on loan.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So
I appreciate it.
you're a little deficient in your fighting style, correct?
I thought you was going to say good looks. I'm back to get.
Well, we can't all look like a certain kinfolk.
Yeah. I hadn't met him yet, but I believe it was Emmett was telling me he's a pretty one.
He is.
Good on you, girl. Good on you. Yeah. I need to learn to fight. I guess better. I think I need to learn. I need to start working on fighting in my different, 9 foot tall and furry and all that other stuff. So I'm still real. I mean, I kind of know how to fight like this, but I would feel like that I would fight the same way the other way, and I don't think that's right. I mean, am I kind of tracking on the right course, or am I completely wrong and it's all the same?
She'll look at him and then get him to stand up as she walks across from him, kind of squares off with him slightly, though not looking like she's in any sort of serious combat stance.
All right.
What do you lead with, your right or your left?
I'm a righty. So I guess that means I lead with my left, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
Depends on the kind of punch you're throwing, but in every form except Hamid, you have claws. You need if you're going to fight as a Guru, you should have a basic understanding of what that's about. And she'll hold up her hand. Now it's easy enough to practice without actually having to use claws, because trust me, yesterday Emmett damn near killed me in just a friendly contest. And she holds up her hand, just these alone.
He gets excitable.
He does, but given time, I'm sure he'll calm down.
Yeah. All right. I mean, we all found our own way, I guess.
But sort of, you know how to throw a basic punch, right?
Yeah. I mean, I've been fighting my brothers for years.
All right, so you understand and she kind of stands beside him, and she kind of throws out, a jab. You understand the jab, and she does a jab. And pretty easy, pretty straightforward. When it comes to using your claws, almost useless. Where using your claws is going to come into play more often is with your hooks.
Kind of like these. What Poppy have? Your haymaker, that roundhouse thing?
Yeah.
Like that?
Haymaker, roundhouses. I prefer to call them hooks. Haymaker is really putting all of your eggs into one basket, where I think a hook, and she kind of does a quick, a series of hooks while kind of, swaying from side to side.
Yeah, he nods. Okay. All right, I see the difference. All right.
Same principle, except only, and she does it slowly enough that he can see, exactly what she's doing. When you come out, have your hand half balled into a fist, and as you get out, flex each hand in your muscle until your fingers tremble. And then steal the fingertips. And she holds it up, kind of making a claw. When you come to the full arc of the swing, when you're finally getting to the outward momentum building, once you get to the peak of that, that's when you fixate your claw or your hands into claws. And you follow through, but more so than you would with a punch. You're not just trying to strike, you're trying to rake. And she'll stand across from him and she'll do a motion of it slow so she doesn't actually hit him. But when she comes up, her tips of her fingers just kind of go down over the cloth of his coveralls. And when you get to the point of contact, lean into it, and she leans, and you bring down all your weight. That's your basic claw attack. It's potent. It damages the fuck out of what's ever in front of you, whether you're using your Glabro or your Kratos claws, or even Hispo for that matter.
All right. Makes sense. But I can see, like you say, where there could be a style that's specific to just fighting in one of the forms. And you were saying that the star people, that's what they have, right?
So I've heard. It's based around shape-shifting while in combat. I heard it's ridiculously complicated, and they don't teach it to anybody, really.
Well, there goes that idea.
But I've been looking into tiger-style kung fu. That's all based around claw attacks. And while it may seem flashy, I think it would work.
Is there some training place you go to around here for that?
There's a multitude of dojos around here for that. But I think that you could also hook up with any of the A-runes in the set. Stargazers is where I'd start and branch out from there, but I'm sure one of them has to know it. And if your rage is low enough, you can go to a dojo and start learning. But you understand the basic premise, right?
Yeah. I mean, the style, you said tiger style. So it's the style that's meant to mimic the actions of a tiger, which makes sense if you're using claws.
Just with bare fingers, humans are able to rip out people's throats with that style.
Yeah. Huh. I guess it's a thing.
And with us, it's all the more potent. In fact, she'll shift into Kratos. She takes her time, but she comes up to that 9-foot-tall death machine, and she looks at Zeke. Like, do the same.
All right. He'll take his time and switch up to Kratos too.
And she kind of holds up her arms. I want you to try and claw me. I'm going to try and block you.
He nods and see him kind of drop into a little bit of a combat stance, and then he'll throw a quick hook like she said earlier. There it is. And he misses.
Callie looks at him. Try again.
He'll come kind of hop back on his balls of his feet and try it again. And it'll hit that time. 2
Okay.
successes.
So roll your strength +3. Krinos.
Okay, so.
Or hold on, she's going to try and block first.
Okay.
And she cancels out one of those, so it's just your strength +2.
Okay. So. Oh.
Ooh. How many?
4, 7.
1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, you actually, when she raises up her arms to block it, you cut deep into her forearms. And after she's like, son of a bitch!
And you see Zeke jump back. Oh, shit! And let's see, what would he would actually, in his fear, he would probably, yeah, he changes back to Hamid. He's like, oh, shit! He's like, I'm sorry.
She kind of just growls and seethes, and I'm going to make a frenzy roll, but go ahead and spend the willpower point anyway.
All right.
Ooh, yeah, she would have frenzied the fuck on you. So yeah, you see her eyes go, like the pupils dilate down to the size of like pins as she's just glaring at Zeke. But you see that there's just that, she clenches her own fists and she like trembles until finally she lets out a few growling breaths.
Zeke kind of drops his arms to his side. He says, come on, I deserve it. Free shot. He closes his eyes.
Callie is going to roll her stamina first. Difficulty 8. And doesn't heal any of that. Oh, this is going to hurt. So she's going to spend a point of gnosis for Wild Resurgence. You see kind of like a glow, like a prismatic glow from in front of you. And she heals up one of those. And then she shifts back down into Hamid. She just kind of cradles both of her arms. She's like, oh, that hurt.
Zeke will realize that she's not going to punch him back. And he'll run over to the first aid kit that he's got over there. They pulled the ice pack out of and run over with some bandages and stuff and start trying to help her out with the arms.
Start wrapping.
Still now. Let's just wrap this. Let me help you. I know it's not your thing. I apologize. My damn fault. I should.
She holds out her arms.
You can see he's kind of pissed at himself and everything else.
She's observing him. She's just kind of... She's smirking the whole time. You did exactly what I told you to do, and it looks like you actually took my lessons to heart.
Yeah, but it don't mean that you people are fucking crazy. You see him rip a damn bandage and tie it up. He kind of grins a little bit and starts working on the other arm.
She holds up the other arm. She looks at him. Well, if you really feel raw about it, you can always join the pack to make it up to me.
Zeke's laughing. He grins. He's like, yeah.
Just chuckling, though.
He's like, all right.
Didn't your mom ever tell you not?
He's like,
didn't your mama tell you not to hit a lady? Let alone claw them?
Oh, see? Oh, see? 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 Shit like that. See? That's right. You're right. Mama told me not to. And now, look what I did.
Now you got to make it up to me. The only way I see this is by joining up with me, Emmett, May, and Heinrich. She pats him on the shoulder and just using the most sarcastic tone she can. After about 3 months in, well, I'll let you live it down.
Yeah, somehow I doubt that. I've been around women before, so don't even try.
We're not all stereotypical.
I appreciate the attempt.
However, if you were part of my pack, I probably would have kicked you in the balls by now just for sheer principle.
I offered you a free shot. So, yeah.
If you really want to go through it.
Not that I not that I can stop you if you want to do it anyway, pretty much.
I'm not an overtly violent person, see. Like
I'm not
I've had my
saying that
moments.
you are. I'm not saying that you are. I'm just saying that you're a better fighter than I am. I mean, I'm just stating the obvious.
Oh, okay. No, I'll save the nut shot for when when you do decide to join, if you do. That's a privilege that
Fair
only
enough.
my pack mates get.
Really selling that pack then, aren't you?
She chuckles. Yeah, totally.
He'll kind of go start to pat her on the back and then kind of look at her arms and just kind of shake his head and be like,
This will
listen,
heal up eventually.
This
And
all
she'll grow by about a foot, and her hair grows a little bit longer and a little bit more wild as she looks at it and she concentrates again. Tries to. And still can't do it. She's like, damn it. I did this so well yesterday. Oh well. I just have to live with this until it heals up over the course of the weekend. Or at least until I can concentrate enough and use my Black Fury gift.
like I say, I'm rightly sorry.
No, you did exactly what I asked you to do. Don't be sorry about that. Besides, these aren't half bad dressings.
Still, I appreciate it. Like I said, I had plenty of right dust ups with my brothers growing up, so I know how to put a Band-Aid on, if you will.
Oh, Band-Aid. You mean a bitch sticker? She says,
yeah, that too. That too. Oh, but yeah.
So all gesturing with packs and jokes aside, what are you? What's your goals with all of this? I mean, now that you're part of the set proper.
I'm trying to figure that out. I mean, I'm just kind of helping out where I see needs helping out. Like, I mean, I fixed that shit with the internet with somebody put the location of the sept on the internet. Which I don't know how that's
pretty disturbing.
That's some stupid shit if somebody did that for real, like one of us. Then I've started looking into that crazy fucker that put a meteor off the coast of New York. That just don't sit right with me. I just don't. I mean, I call it the part of me that's Guru that's growing. And that shit just don't smell right. So I've started looking into them through the internet and stuff. So I got a feeling we're gonna have some kind of dust up with that son of a bitch. He's trying to park his bus in our front yard. And I think our front yard's pretty full right now. But other than that, I mean, like I say, I'm just trying to I guess you'd say the idea that I get from this whole thing is that basically the rest of my life's going to be putting out fires.
Well, that's kind of what we do. It's what we're fated to do. It's what we're going to do until the days that we finally die. Most of us die young. Why do you think I'm marrying at 19, let alone a 32-year-old?
No, I get it. I was there when I think it was Travis she was talking to. I get it, man. I get it. Do it when you can. Do it while you're young. You know. So, yeah, we only live so long. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Mama used to say that's one of the best things that can happen to a woman is to have some youngins. I mean, she proved it too. There was 13 of us, so I wish you I wish you luck.
I'm not quite looking to get 13. 1 or 2 would be fine. They don't even have to be
12 then. 12 then, not 13.
She just scowls at Zeke.
He is a mighty pretty man.
That he is, she says as she shudders. That he certainly is.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm teasing you. I shouldn't do that. But
you're going to provide the booze for the wedding.
No, absolutely. Much as you need. I'd be happy to do it.
My poor mother would have been mortified. Moonshine at a Greek wedding.
Well, I tell you what, you get me what the hell is that? That Greek stuff they drink tastes like licorice.
Grappa?
No. Ouzo.
Oh.
You get me a recipe for it, I'll try to make it. Never know.
Wonder how long it takes to ferment.
I don't know. Tell you what, I'll look into it for you. It'll be call it a early wedding gift.
Kelly smirks as she goes over to one of the windows and sits in it. You know, there is something I've been thinking about that maybe you can help me with.
All right.
I know you can't make fetishes yet, or at least I'm going to assume you can't.
I'm not entirely sure what that is, but okay.
Fetishes are weapons, and you'll see as she holds her hand out, and she'll roll her gnosis. 1, 2, 3. Oh shit, that's a botch. She kind of goes wide-eyed as she's like, she holds out her hand, nothing happens. Holds out her hand again, nothing happens. And she just kind of curses to herself as she'll spend a point of gnosis to make it appear. And a bow appears in her hand.
It's a right handy trick.
Fetish is this, and
while you're sitting over there doing that.
Oh, go ahead.
Nice, because while you're doing that, you see him walk over and kind of scratches his head and taps a few. He opens his keyboard on his laptop and starts tapping a few things. I'm listening. I'm sorry. You got me curious about the whole Ouzo.
Well, this, and she hands it over towards him. This is what you call a fetish. This is a bow of Artemis. And you can feel there's like a gnosis sort of pulse to it. Essentially, a spirit's been bound.
Is this one of those? Ah, yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think I did learn about this from Katori. He was telling us about spirits.
My bow there gives me enables me to do things, fire arrows a lot more accurately, and does so much more damage than the normal bow. So,
could you use that like for a gun? Would that work with a gun?
I honestly don't know. That would definitely be a Glasswalker thing for sure.
Huh. I'll have to look into that. He goes, aha! And he'll spin the laptop around and he'll show you that link that I put in the chat. How to make homemade Ouzo. Look at that. Let's see. Water, sugar, angelica root. I don't know what the hell that is. Anise extract. Pure grain alcohol. We got that. Water. And oh, okay. I can make this.
Interesting.
It says it's got to age. It needs to age at least a week, and you can let it age up to a month. Well, or you can, obviously the longer you let it age, just like any other alcohol, but it can be as little as a week or as long as you want.
Interesting.
He kind of winks at you and scribbles the recipe down on a piece of paper and sticks it in his pocket and starts looking around for stuff in the shop. I got you. I get it rolling. I don't have it all to make, or I'd make some for you now, but I get it working.
But on the vein of thought just before, Zeke, I'm thinking about possibly creating, or at least somebody crafting and then taking them to a theater, training claws. It's a fetish I've been hearing about where Daru puts them literally over their claws and in training sessions doesn't have to worry about killing the person they're fighting. While still going full tilt.
So, you mean like, I could probably come up with like a blunted arrow for you so you could practice with your bow against folk.
Oh, I've got those already.
Oh, you got those? All right.
Mm-hmm. I don't have my quiver here with me.
So you're talking about like something you could like cover your claws up with so what I did to you don't happen.
Exactly. Or what happened to me and Emmett last night, or yesterday, I should say.
All right. Huh. So do you think it would need to be something like you got there, like a fetish? Or you think just like the metal cover, or what do you think?
It would have to be a fetish. It's because even just lethal type damage from knives and guns can still kill us.
Yeah.
So
I'll take a look at it, see what I can figure out.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I can do that.
Anyways, Zeke, I need to head out.
Oh, I understand. I appreciate you coming by. And he kind of moves over the forge and he'll tap the coin that's still sitting there. And by tomorrow night, I promise you.
She'll just kind of smile and nod as she kind of turns in the window. She kind of looks down at the drop and then smirks as she kind of scuba rolls out backwards. I'm going to make a dex and athletics roll to see if she actually lands this or not.
Zeke will obviously run over to see if she lands it.
Looks a little bit awkward, but yeah, she kind of lands in a crouch. You hear a slight oof as she kind of knees herself in the chest, but she pops back up and kind of smirks.
Zeke will yell out the window, "Show off!" with a big grin on his face.
Of course I am. Full moon, remember?
He'll kind of chuck a mason jar full of shine down to her. Free your arms. Don't let them get infected.
Chuckles to herself. I'm gonna go find a Theurge to deal with these.
I gotta kind of tip his hat. Take care, Miss Callie.
Take care of yourself, Zeke. And she'll start walking off into the set. And I think there we can call that a scene.